Right now, somewhere in the world, a computer is looking at a photo and deciding whether it's a cat or a dog. Another is reading an email and figuring out if it's spam. A third is playing a video game it's never seen before and winning. Here's the strange part. Nobody programmed these computers with the rules for any of these tasks. They figured it out themselves. They learned. But wait, computers are just machines. Chunks of metal and silicon? They don't have brains. So how can something without a brain actually learn? The answer is simpler and weirder than you might think. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how it works. Let's start with what computers are normally good at. Following instructions. You write code that says, if this happens, do that. Simple. But here's the problem. Some tasks have too many rules to write down. Think about recognizing a face. How would you describe your mother's face in code? The exact distance between her eyes? The curve of her smile? It's impossible. You know her face when you see it, but you can't explain the rules. This is where traditional programming breaks down completely. So if we can't write the rules, what if we let the computer figure them out? That's the big idea behind machine learning. Instead of telling the computer how to do something, we show it thousands of examples and say, figure out the pattern yourself. It's like teaching a child what a dog is. You don't hand them a 500-page manual defining dogs. You point at dogs, say, dog, and eventually they just get it. There are three main ways computers learn, and you can remember them by thinking about three different students. The first student has a tutor who marks every answer right or wrong. That's supervised learning. The second student has no tutor but notices patterns on their own. Hey, these things seem similar. That's unsupervised learning. The third student learns by doing, getting rewards when they succeed, and nothing when they fail, like learning to ride a bike. That's reinforcement learning. Let's look at each one. Supervised learning is the most common type, and it's deliciously simple. You give the computer labeled examples. This email is spam. This one isn't. This photo is a cat. This one is a dog. Thousands and thousands of them. The computer looks for patterns that separate the categories. It's like studying for an exam with the answer key. You don't memorize answers. You learn to recognize what makes an answer correct. Your email spam filter learned this way, trained on millions of emails humans had already marked. Unsupervised learning is trickier because there are no labels, no answer key. The computer just gets raw data and has to find structure on its own. Imagine dumping a box of random photos on a table and asking someone to organize them, however makes sense. They might group by color, by subject, by location. All without you telling them what to look for. Streaming services use this to group viewers with similar tastes, creating those eerily accurate viewers like you also watched recommendations. Reinforcement learning is how AlphaGo beat the world champion at the ancient game of Go, a game with more possible moves than atoms in the universe. The computer plays millions of games against itself, getting rewarded for winning and punished for losing. Over time, it develops strategies no human ever thought of. It's the same way you learn to walk, fall down, get up, fall differently. Eventually, figure it out. No rule book, just consequences. Now here's where it gets beautiful. The most powerful learning systems are called neural networks, and they're inspired by the brain you're using right now. Your brain has billions of neurons connected in a vast web, each one taking in signals, deciding whether to fire, and passing information along. Artificial neural networks mimic this. Layers of simple mathematical functions, each one transforming data and passing it forward. Alone, each function is dumb. Together, they can recognize faces, translate languages, even write poetry. Here's the key insight. Between each layer of a neural network are connections with adjustable strengths called weights. Training is just adjusting these weights until the network gives correct answers. Think of it like a massive mixing board with millions of dials. The network makes a prediction, checks if it's wrong, then slightly adjusts the dials that led to the mistake. Do this millions of times, and those random dials become finely tuned instruments. This process is called gradient descent. Fancy words for move downhill towards fewer mistakes. Let's make this concrete. When you set up Face ID, your phone maps your face. But then what? A neural network was trained on millions of face images to understand what makes a face, the relationship between eyes, nose, mouth, the way shadows fall on cheekbones. When you scan your face, the network converts it to a mathematical fingerprint. Your phone stores this fingerprint, not your actual photo. Every unlock compares fingerprints, not pictures. That's why it works even when you're wearing glasses or grew a beard. Machine learning isn't magic, and it fails in predictable ways. If you train a system only on photos taken in good lighting, it won't work in the dark. Train only on certain faces, it won't recognize others. One famous example, a neural network trained to detect tanks learned to detect cloudy skies instead, because all the tank photos were taken on overcast days. The system found a pattern, just not the one we wanted. It's a powerful reminder. These systems find correlations, not understanding. This brings us to the most important lesson. Machine learning is only as good as its training data. Garbage in, garbage out. As the old programmers say, if your data is biased, your system will be biased. If your examples don't represent the real world, your system won't work in the real world. This is why companies spend more time cleaning and preparing data than actually building models. The algorithm is often simple. Getting the right data is hard. And that's the secret behind the curtain. Machine learning isn't intelligence, it's sophisticated pattern matching at massive scale. Show a computer enough examples, give it a way to measure its mistakes, and let it adjust itself millions of times. Eventually, it finds patterns we never could. Not because it's smart, but because it's tireless. It doesn't understand cats. It understands which pixel patterns correlate with the label cat. And that distinction, that's what separates hype from understanding. Let's lock in what you learned today. First, machine learning is about finding patterns from examples, not following programmed rules. Second, there are three types: supervised learning with labeled data, unsupervised learning finding hidden patterns, and reinforcement learning through trial and error. Third, it all depends on good data. Bias in, bias out. If you want to go deeper, watch our next video where we build a simple spam detector together. Yes, actual code, but I promise to keep it beginner friendly. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and leave a comment below. What's something you thought was magic before that now makes more sense? I read every single one.